Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games and part 3 of our How to Play Warcry series. I'm Lee, and in this video we'll go through all the general rules and how to measure distance. There are just a few general rules that we need to learn before we move on to setting up our battle. The first is rerolls. Some rules allow you to re-roll a dice roll, for example when making a hit roll, which means you get to roll some or all of the dice again. The rule that allows the reroll will specify exactly how many of the dice can be re-rolled. A dice roll can never be re-rolled more than once. The next is roll-offs. Sometimes a rule may require the players to make a roll-off. When this is the case, each player rolls a dice and whoever rolls highest wins the roll-off. If there is a tie for the highest roll, then simply make the roll-off again and continue until one player has the highest roll. Now we're going to go through measuring distances. And distances in Warcry are all measured in inches between the closest points of the bases of the fighters you're measuring to and from. If a rule requires something to be within a certain range of something else, they are considered to be within if the distance between the bases is equal to or less than the specified distance. If a rule requires a fighter to be wholly within, every part of that fighter's base must be within range. Usually, measuring distances will take into account both the vertical and the horizontal distance between two models. This means that when measuring range, or the distance between two models and their bases, you can actually measure diagonally through the air. You can see that in this example here, where one fighter is 3 inches above the ground and the other fighter is on the ground. Although horizontally they're 4 inches apart and vertically 3 inches apart, the actual distance between the two bases is measured diagonally, and that comes out to 5 inches. In some cases, a rule might specify that only the horizontal distance or only the vertical distance is measured. When a rule requires you to measure the vertical distance only, the distance is always rounded up to the nearest half inch. For example, if the vertical distance between 2 points is 2.6 inches, and a rule requires you to measure the vertical distance between those 2 points, the points would be considered to be 3 inches apart for the purpose of that rule. It's important to note that distances are only rounded up in this manner and never rounded down. So if it was 2.1 inches between 2 points, then that would be rounded up to 2.5 inches and so on. The rules also state that you can measure distances anytime you wish. So if you want to check a distance before making a move or attack action or using one of your abilities, then the rules state that it's perfectly okay for you to do that. Later in the video series, there's a whole video dedicated to movement and climbing, so we can go through how to measure distances when we do that later on. The next general rule is visibility, and many rules in Warcry require one fighter, usually the target of an attack action or ability, to be visible to another fighter who is usually the fighter making the attack action or the fighter using the ability. One fighter is said to be visible to another fighter if a direct line could be drawn between the two fighters without passing through a terrain feature or another fighter. If you're unsure whether a fighter is visible, it's recommended to stoop down behind the fighter making the attack action or the fighter using the ability, and then you'll be able to see if any part of the target fighter is visible from any part of the fighter making the attack action. When checking to see if two fighters are visible to each other, don't include either of the bases that each fighter is mounted on. So although we use the bases when measuring distances between fighters and the range, we don't use those bases when checking for visibility. In this example, you can see that one fighter here making the attack action has got a clear line of sight to part of another fighter's body. So that fighter becomes visible. In this example, you'll see that the fighter isn't visible because there's another fighter in between them. And here you can see that there is a piece of terrain that completely blocks the line of sight between the two fighters, so that fighter is again not visible. When we talk about fighters on the battlefield, we refer to them as friendly or enemy fighters. A player considers all fighters in their own warband to be friendly fighters and all fighters in other warbands to be enemy fighters. Likewise, a fighter considers all other fighters in their warband to be friendly fighters and all fighters in other warbands to be enemy fighters. This is an important definition when we start looking at rules for actions and abilities. If a rule for an action or ability performed by a fighter refers to other friendly fighters, it means fighters from that fighter's warband, excluding itself. So for example, if a fighter has an ability that gives a specific power or bonus to other friendly fighters within a certain range of them, then only those friendly fighters will receive the ability, and the fighter giving the ability or using the ability will not receive the bonus of that ability themselves unless it states otherwise on the ability card. You'll have noticed by now that rune marks play a huge part in the Warcry game, and the fighter cards have no words at all on them. It's all done with rune marks. In Warcry, many rules interact with these rune marks that you find on each fighter card. For example, a fighter's faction is determined by their faction rune mark. Certain abilities require a fighter to have certain rune marks for that fighter to be able to use them, and other rune marks give fighters access to special rules such as being able to fly. We saw these being used in the previous video when we went through the fighter and ability cards together. On pages 50 and 51 of the core rulebook, you'll find a list of all the different rune marks that we'll use throughout this video series. It's a good idea to read through and familiarise yourselves with them, but don't worry about trying to memorise what they all mean. After a couple of games of Warcry, you'll soon pick it up and it just becomes second nature and you get used to it really quickly. Our next general rule refers to leaders. In every warband, there will be one fighter with the leader rune mark. If a rule refers to a leader of a warband, it is referring to the fighter with that rune mark. There are times when you may have more than one fighter with the leader rune mark in your warband. These exceptions come into play when we expand past the core rules and bring in allies and heroes, but we'll cover that in later videos. For the purposes of the core rules and to play all the battles that are included in the core book and the catacombs book, then this leader rule applies. So for now, don't worry about allies and heroes and stick to the idea that only one fighter in the warband has the leader rune mark. Our final general rule is about sequencing. In most cases, rules will be resolved one at a time. However, from time to time, rules may appear to come into play at the same time, and it might be unclear as to which rule is to be resolved first. If this occurs in the combat phase, the player whose turn it is to activate a fighter chooses the order in which the rules are resolved. In any other phase, the player with the initiative chooses. In any other case, the players roll off and the winner chooses. That takes care of all the general rules, and now in part 4 of our How to Play Warcry series, we'll look at the really fun part of the Warcry game, which is setting up a battle. I hope you found this video helpful. Please join in and comment below with any thoughts or additions you'd like to make. It'd be great to hear from you. The next video in the series will play right after this one in the playlist, and I'll also put links in the description below to every video in the series. Thanks so much for watching. Please like if you like it, subscribe for more Warcry content like this, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to join me next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games.